Hey guys, my name is Satya Singh and I'm about to take you guys on a virtual field trip to Trinidad and Tobago. On our field trip today, I will be distinguishing between two very distinct wetlands in Trinidad and Tobago. Firstly, let me edify each and every one of you on what is a wetland. Wetlands are areas where water covers the soil, or is present either at or near the surface of the soil all year or for varying periods of time during the year, including during the growing season. There are 4 different types of wetlands. These are bogs, fens, swamps, and marshes. Our first distinct wetland is that of Carney Swamp. Carney Swamp is located in Carney, Trinidad and Tobago. The swamp has an area of approximately 3,258 hectares. Carney Swamp accounts for hundreds of species of plants and animals. Wetland ecosystems consist of both terrestrial and aquatic organisms. We will now be taking a look at the swamp's flora species. Did you know that the Carney Swamp is the largest mangrove wetland in Trinidad and accounts for 56% of the forest type? The 3 most common mangroves found at this swamp are the red mangroves, black mangroves, and the white mangroves, where the red mangroves is said to be the most dominant species. We would now be taking a look at the swamp's fauna species. The 2 most common birds found at this swamp are the little blue heron and the scarlet ibis. Did you know that the scarlet ibis is Trinidad and Tobago's national bird? Now it would be time consuming for me to highlight the ecological significance of all the species of this swamp. The Carney Swamp was declared a prohibited area in 1987 under the Forests Act. The swamp was also declared a tree wildlife sanctuary within the Forest Reserve in 1953 and 1966. The swamp was proclaimed as the Carney Swamp Forest Reserve in 1936. Last but not least, the swamp was designated as a Ramsar site in 2005. Some of the main threats that the swamp faces are the Beetham Dump, which is located near the northern boundary of the swamp. There is a possibility that a variety of toxics from the dump are leaching into the groundwater and affecting the swamp's ecosystem. There are illegal hunting and poaching to animal wildlife at the swamp. The salt water is further making its way inland, thus resulting in mangrove trees outcompeting the marsh vegetation in the swamp. Our second distinct wetland is that of Mucurapo Swamp. Mucurapo Swamp is located in Port of Spain, Trinidad. The swamp occupies 9.5 hectares as compared to Carney Swamp, which has 3,258 hectares. Recent research conducted by a group of environmental teachers and myself showed that there are only 12 species of animals and 9 species of plants located at this swamp. Some of these species include, for flora species, the black mangroves, which is said to be the most dominant, followed by red mangroves. For fauna species, we can take a look at the fiddler crab. Mucurapo Swamp is not protected by any nature reserves or international conventions or treaties when compared to Carney Swamp, which is protected by at least 4 legal designations. The Movie Town project, which was granted permission in 2002 by the government of Trinidad and Tobago, resulted in the destruction of at least 1/3 of the swamp's ecosystem. Further expansion of this entertainment center will continue to destroy what's left of the swamp. As we can see in the photo, a homeless man is living inside the swamp. This shows that human activities is further disrupting the swamp's ecosystems and natural habitats. What can be done to preserve and save what's left of our swamps? We need to edify individuals about the importance of wetlands to coastal areas, public awareness on the characteristics and nature of these areas and its importance of preserving. Governmental support should be given to forest and nature rangers for equipment and maintenance of buildings, as well as allocations of funds to the persons in charge of the swamp. Protect Mucurapo Swamp because It is the only area in Trinidad that contains an abundance of black mangroves. Encourage environmental agencies as well as private companies to preserve, conserve, and protect wetlands. Thank you all again for your participation.